There are several reasons an increase is needed. The most important is maintaining property values to prevent a rapid and visible decline in the quality and character of the community, and the accompanying decline in property values requires an investment. Also, to prevent higher costs, adequate reserves are needed to stay ahead of infrastructure deterioration that prevents higher costs or special assessments that may not be approved. A good example is of road failure. If you let a road completely fail down to its base, it costs more to replace that than if you can repair it along the way. And finally, it ensures fairness for the current and future owners. If you pay as you use the assets, such as the roads, then you don't stick a big bill to potential buyers in the future. This shows that even though the association plans diligently for the replacement of assets, sometimes things don't go as planned. The Public Works staff, volunteer committee members of the Public Works Committee, the engineering firms that we use all look at our different assets and schedule when we believe they will come due to replacement. But you can see we still have items like premature road and storm drain failures. Hurricane Matthew 2016 led to all sorts of debris and heavy equipment on our roads. Increased rainfall over the last few years has weakened the roadbed. So even with the best planning, there are still premature failures that we need to take into account. This is an example on Shelwyn Drive. You can see the center photo that shows the complete failure of the road down to the base. On the right hand side, you see the soil cement base seeping through. Interestingly, even after these repairs in 2019, we've had other repairs we've had to make on Shelwyn Drive this year. Here's an example of those hidden assets that you can't see. The storm drain pipe under the roadway separated, indicated by the fractures in the road, and the sinking curb section and catch basin. You may recall last year's road failure behind the main gate, and this required base failure repair resulted in double the normal per foot resurfacing costs. The landing's aging stormwater system also is requiring more frequent repairs. You're looking at a root cutter sled right here trying to resolve some root intrusions in the stormwater system. So when we catch these, we can come in with a contractor and take care of them and even make repairs or slip line the system. If we don't get them in time, that results in complete failures to the storm drain system, stormwater system, and ultimately to the roadway. I mentioned before that there were just a few items that were planned to be restored and that are included in the assessment proposal. One is the Center Islands maintenance. So we had decreased this based on budgetary constraints. You see on this Center Island, there are some new plantings and those look great, but we didn't have the funding for the turf maintenance. So we would want to increase that. You start talking about aesthetics in the community, not only does that impact current owners, but it impacts people coming to look at our community and therefore the property values. Then also our mailbox and sign painting program, we extended the length of this from restoring 1/3 of the community every year to 1/6. And again, that might be something you just get used to. Okay, I'm used to the mailboxes not looking great and I don't even think about it anymore. But again, you have people looking to buy in the community and the property values. Those are the kind of things they're noticing. Are we keeping up our community or are we not keeping up our community? The Marina Live webcams, this was one of those nice to have, not must haves. So we eliminated it. But for our current owners, this is a good chance to look at both ends of the island. What's the weather looking like? For prospective owners, it's some beauty shots. It says, oh, okay, look at this area. Look at what they have to offer me. And then we plan to bring back the interactive website maps. You'll be able to answer such questions as, does the property behind my lot belong to the Landings Association or the Landings Club? Are there storm drain pipes near my property? Is that a fresh or saltwater lagoon? And where are association maintained walking paths and trails? There is one improvement in this proposal. There is money set aside in the reserves to replace the playground with like-for-like equipment. But we said, let's go back to the drawing board on that. An athletic field complex committee was established in August last year. and we got feedback from community surveys. The committee members really got involved in this and said, let's consider all of the end users for the athletic field, the playground, the basketball court, etc. And what makes the most sense for this? Do we want to just have what we've had, or do we want to have something better for the next 20, 30 years? 3 vendors submitted designs. Landscape Structures provided the most unique designs that had high durability and longevity and inclusivity and play for differently abled people once we can have that close contact again. And so the Athletic Field Complex Committee modified and fine-tuned the designs. They include a pour-in-place path. We'll look at that in a second. A small pavilion for shade because there's so many users out there and there's really no shade there. And also resurface the basketball courts. So this is what the design looks like. Again, it provides for quite a variety of play, from zip lines to rock climbing, etc., for different age groups, different kind of swings where you can do with kids, with friends. And also it has this is just examples, but a rubberized path. So this will go around the athletic complex. And we do have walking paths, but again, they're concrete. So if you want something a little more low impact, easier on the joints for walking, running, etc., this rubberized path will help out for that. One thing we do here is, well, I don't have any kids, I don't use the playground, why do I care about this? Maybe the person buying your house, or maybe the person looking in the community does or has grandkids, and that's a big draw to them. And that's just one area of our community where, whether you're a club member or not, everybody can find something to do here and everybody is allowed to use it.